Hi, as you may be able to tell from the title of this week's video and for the thumbnail, I've sort of had an eventful week since I last spoke to you. Last weekend, we were in Kent, about 2 hours drive from me. We were babysitting with our two grandkids. One of them's 2, one of them's 3. And as my wife put it, I was thoroughly wrapped around their little finger. On Sunday, we were about to come home. And as usual, even though we only went for a few days, we sure did take a lot of stuff with us. So there were 4 bags we'd taken with us and we had to bring back. Now, as I was coming out of the house, I had 2 bags. I had a bottle of drink, I had my car keys in my hands, and I was walking back towards the car. My stepson was behind me with another 2 bags, and we were just chatting as we walked along the road to where the car was. There isn't a lot of room in the front of the houses where my daughter-in-law lives, and so we had to park a bit up the road. And as we walked up the road, I was talking to Niall and we were just chatting about different bits and pieces. Now, as I got to nearer enough where the car was, I started trying to sort out the key for the car so that I could click the remote to open the doors. And as I did that, all of a sudden, I found myself laid on the floor. I don't know how it happened. I think I tripped on a curb is what I think I did. But here's the thing. I went over. As I fell, I'm trying to talk to you about this as though it happened in slow motion. But to be truthful, it was in the blink of an eye. 1 minute I was talking, the next minute I was laid on the floor. And what happened was, the bag that was in this hand, as I fell forward, my hand bent and went underneath the bag. I fell on it and hit the bag with my full weight. I scuffed the floor with my knee, and this hand, I must have tried to put it down and save myself with that hand. But with this hand, I had a bag and a bottle of drink. Water, I might add. And so as I fell, all the weight came down on me. And to be honest with you, it really, really hurt. I'm laughing about it now and I don't know why I did it. But the very first thing I did was to look around me and check that no one saw it. The thought of the embarrassment of it was worse than actually the falling over. Anyway, I got myself back up, and it was at this time I realised how much I'd hurt myself. This hand, I don't know that you can see it, had scuff marks all along it and was bleeding. This hand was swelling up as I was doing it. I couldn't move this thumb, and that's about it at the moment. And this one is pretty useless for doing anything. To hold a drink at the moment, I've got to put one hand underneath it and hold it with this hand because there's no strength in either of the two. However, I was more concerned about looking stupid than actually what hurt. So I got the door open and we put the bags in. We went back to the house and Noel went, James has fell over. And so all of a sudden there were wet wipes, antiseptic wet wipes going over my hands, which bloody hurt, to be honest. God, it hurt. It stung like crazy. And then everything was going, are you all right? Are you all right? So I said, yeah, of course I'm all right. It's only a trip, but only a fall. And so we got ready and we got in the car to drive home. I didn't realise at the time, but 2 hours in the car is a long time when you can barely hold the steering wheel properly, when you're aching all across these ribs, and your knee is stinging. My knee was really stinging. When I got home 2 hours later, I went to get out the car, but my jeans were stuck to my knee because it had bled and they'd sort of stuck together. So I had to pull the jeans off of my knee to get out of the car, which was really, really painful. until we got home. But here's the thing. That happened so quickly and so easily, it was unbelievable. I was chatting to my stepson. I saw the car, it was just in front of me, and I was walking with it and just trying to do my cut things. See, I told you, men cannot multitask. You got to concentrate on one thing at a time, guys. Because while I was looking for my keys, I wasn't watching where I was going. And I obviously tripped on the curb and went straight over. That was on Sunday. Today, as I'm telling you this story, it's now Wednesday. The situation is that I'm wearing a pair of shorts. I'm not going to show you because they look terrible, but they don't need doing up. They're elasticated because at this precise moment, I cannot do the buttons up on top of my trousers or my jeans. That hurts. My knee is scabbed over and looks pretty awful. But what amazes me as I come towards 64 is that I can remember as a teen and in my early 20s playing sport, falling over, bouncing on the floor, being tackled, pushed, playing rugby and what have you, and just getting back up, and it was nothing. Now, I haven't fallen over for years, and I honestly mean years. And what I've discovered is that the body doesn't hold up as well as it used to. I've ached continually ever since then. My ribs still ache. Laying down is awful. If I cough, it really, really hurts. I've probably bruised my ribs. I didn't want to spend hours upon hours in a hospital waiting to be seen. My hands are getting better. As I said, I can't bend this more than that, but that's fine. But what I'm saying to you is that accidents can happen really easily. You only have to not concentrate on what you're doing for a split second, and stupidness like what's happened to me happens. You really sometimes just have to pay attention on what you're doing. As I said, I'm a man. I'm obviously not very good at multitasking because I couldn't walk, talk to my stepson, and get in the car at the same time without doing all this. So I think from now on, I'll just pay a little bit more attention in what I'm doing. And so I just thought I'd share that with you. There's nothing of any intrinsic value there other than don't be stupid like I was. Just watch what you're doing and sort yourself out properly so that you can get from A to B all in one piece. I'll see you next time.